that they were destined to do. But she protected them from people that quite literally tried to hurt them, not only mentally and emotionally, but physically as well. She would not allow that. Many of the newer faces here won't know the name of the mother of our church. She was the Reverend D. Mona Berry, a remarkable woman who did so much for this religion. I had the privilege of meeting her, as did Ron, many years ago. Her picture hangs in our Hall of Honor between here and the Fellowship Hall. A lovely woman, very gracious, very devoted to doing Spirit's work with dignity and respect. She helped not only this church get on its feet and get started, but other churches. And she, too, traveled extensively for the religion of spiritualism. Again, always with dignity and grace and respect. Last but not least, we have Mother Teresa, who, of course, we know never had any children at all, and yet the world, and everyone in it are her children. And when she accepted the Nobel Peace Prize, she was asked, what can we do to promote world peace? What can we do? And her reply was, go home and love your family. That's kind of what Mother's Day is about. We have this wonderful image of what a mother should be. It doesn't always work that way. The ideal mother is loving and giving and nurturing. And unfortunately, not everyone truly has that kind of a mother. And you know, just because a woman gives birth does not mean that she automatically knows how to love. That's an unfortunate truth. I was blessed. I have a wonderful mom. I know some people here did. We have that wonderful mother. You see Norman Rockwell paintings, and you read all this wonderful, loving poetry. And those of us who had that kind of mother, and still do, are truly blessed. We really are, because they do make a house a home. But what about those women who really are not inclined to be the traditional mother? Well, like some of these other ladies I've told you about, they've gone farther out. They have causes that they believe in, that they believe will help this world be a better place. But the one thing I've noticed about so many people, especially women, is our mothers had a direct effect on our lives. Think about it. Your mother, if you knew her at all, your mother profoundly shaped who you are. Now, maybe she was one of these ideal mothers that gave love and encouragement and upliftment. Always there for you no matter what, with unconditional love. In which case you thought, oh, I want to be just like her. I want to just be wonderful like she is. If you had one of those mothers who was not that kind of a mother, if you had a mother who put you down, who criticized, who set impossibly high standards or limits for you, or if you had a mother who simply didn't care. She had her own life and you were just pretty much on your own. Tell me that didn't shape your life. Tell me that didn't teach you that this is something I don't want to follow. I know the hurt. I don't want to do that to other people. So either way, you see, our mothers have a very profound effect on each and every one of us. And if you will wrap your mind around it as a spiritualist, you know that it is a positive effect, because either way, you have learned. Either way, you have learned. Now, some people are not cut out to be mothers, and they know that, and that's fine. Just because you're female doesn't mean you have to be a mother. And goodness knows, when it comes to Father's Day, you're going to hear how wonderful and loving men are, too. But some women are more comfortable working with plants, working with pets, working in their communities. Once again, they see the big picture. They want to do as much as they can. Whereas mothers, it's a little closer to home. They recognize that how they raise their child is going to impact the world as well. Are all mothers perfect? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's the story of a mother of 6. She had been out hanging up laundry on the line because with 6 children there was a lot of laundry. And she came back into the house, and all 6 of her children were gathered in a circle in the middle of the living room. And she thought, what is this all about? So she kind of quietly peeked over their shoulders and was horrified to see a whole litter of baby skunks. Well, you know, she went, oh my gosh, skunks, get out of the house right away, run, hurry. So of course each child did. And of course each child grabbed a skunk to take with them. Well, skunks, being skunks, were a little alarmed too, and their house and the people in it reeked for a long time, no matter how much disinfectant was used. That was an oops, maybe she could have handled a better moment. But the joy of being a parent is you don't have time to think about these things. You have to react. I don't know what kind of a mother you had. I hope you're as lucky as I am. But on this day, let us remember all the women